Hi there, everyone. My name is AGBOADE from MarketFaith.Online. Thank you so much for joining me today on today's teaching, turning around a business that is struggling. What exactly can you do to turn around a business that you think is struggling and you think is just trying to make things work? And things are not working. All right, we're going to deal with a few things this week, hopefully next week we can take things up from there and just really proceed. So let's see how far we can go. Now, we started out this series last week talking about first and foremost the kind of business that needs a turnaround. Okay, and we talked about the fact that businesses that are doing really poorly, or businesses that are performing, they are not performing badly. But they are performing suboptimally, right? They're really not challenging themselves. They're really just, going through the motions. They're not losing money, but they're also not making money, all right? So a kind of business like that, and many times you don't see it, especially when you're in that kind of situation where things are not really bad. So there's no fire on the mountain, right? But things can be better. All right. And we talked about those types of businesses. All right. And then last time also we talked about the fact that one of the things to do, one of the first steps in turning around a struggling business is going back to the basics, going back to the fundamentals. I gave an example that I hope resonated with you, right? You can watch more of that video if you go back to the previous video. You can watch all the things that we said. Now, the second thing I want to share with you today, right? Because last time I shared with you that one of the first things you can do is to go back to the fundamentals and understand the fundamentals. The second thing I want to share with you in turning around a struggling business is get a guide. Listen, get a guide. Get someone to coach, to mentor, or to show you the ropes in terms of what exactly you need to do. Now, hang on with me 1 second before you flip the channel, okay? All right? Because someone says, right, how should I get a guide? I've been doing this business for donkey years. Things are not working, blah, 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 blah. Why should I get a guide? I know more in this business than anybody else. Listen, I understand and I agree with you. But can you consider something with me for just a second? Which is the fact that, listen, if you knew all you were supposed to know, will your business be where it is today? That's the question I want to ask you. If you knew everything you are supposed to know about business and about what you're doing today, would you be where you are today as a business owner? Now, I want you to pause and think about that question for just a second, right? Listen, before all those objections come up in your mind, please think with me for a second. If you knew, because sometimes people say things like the reason why my business is not doing well is that I don't have access to money, then that is still a knowledge problem, because there's some people that have access to that money. Why is it that you don't have access to money to do the things that you're supposed to do in business? Again, there is a knowledge gap. You say, oh no, it's because there's nobody to help me. Why is there nobody to help you? There is a gap somewhere. If you knew everything you needed to know about your business, you'll be doing far better than you are today. Is that right? Put it in the comment section. Let me know if that's right. Okay. If you knew everything you need to know about your business today, would you be in a better place? All right. Listen, all you know is not all you need to know. If you're not getting results, then you don't know enough. Please, let's accept something within you and I today. If you're not getting results, then you don't know enough. There are two things that can be happening if you're not yet getting results. It's either you don't know enough, or you haven't done it consistently enough to deliver the results, because sometimes results come with consistency. But for most people, it's because they lack knowledge. You say, oh no, it's not like I lack knowledge. I know everything that there is to know about my business. I just don't have capital. You still lack knowledge. You lack capital knowledge. You lack the knowledge of what it takes to generate capital for your business. Oh no, I just don't have relationships. I don't have suppliers. You lack knowledge for getting suppliers. I don't know if that makes sense to you. So every time your business is struggling, there is a piece of information that you are missing, that you need to humble yourself and go and get. Talk to people who are doing better than you and all of that. Sometimes I hear people say things like, oh, but the people that are doing well don't want to share with you their secrets. That's not true. If they are not sharing with you, you need to first of all evaluate yourself. But more than that, someone else is out there who will be willing to share. If you cannot reach Aligo Dangote, can you reach somebody else? Okay? The point is this: knowledge and information is out there. Capital is out there. Why are you not getting it? Why are you not getting it for your business? Why is your business not growing? Why is your business not excelling? So my argument to you today is this, right? Even if you claim to know what to do, and your knowledge of what to do is not delivering the results that you desire, then you don't know enough of what you need to do to deliver the results that you need. Simple and straightforward, right? Listen, we can sugarcoat it and try and give all the excuses in the world. But if you please think with me for just a moment and let's understand this together. If you started a business and that business is struggling and that business is not doing well, it's not, gotten out of the blocks, there is something that you are missing. There is information and knowledge that is lacking. And my encouragement to you today is that you eat the humble pie and go and look for someone who will give you that knowledge and that information. You say, oh, the reason why I'm not doing well is because I don't have relationships. Then you are lacking knowledge in building relationships. Go and look for those relationships so that you can get the results that you want in business. But please understand, if business isn't working, it's not because many times it's not because of everything else. It is because there is something you are still missing that is not yet working. Let's not mince words about it, and that's it. I'm sorry if this sounds harsh and if it upsets anybody, right? But the reality is this: if your business is not working, there is something you don't know. Simple and straightforward. All right, so that's the second thing I want to share with you today, right? In turning around a struggling business, you must accept the fact that there is knowledge and information that you are lacking, right? If you're lacking capital, if you're lacking relationships, there is something that is still lacking. And you need to get those things to be able to deliver the kind of results that you want in business. Absolutely critical, absolutely non-negotiable. All right. The third thing I want to share with you, right, is for you to be able to turn around a struggling business, you must minimize your passion, right? What do I mean by that? For many entrepreneurs, the passion that they have about their business, or, I'm passionate about my business, that passion can actually be leading to blind faith. Because you are so passionate about it that you don't take the decisions that you need to take to make the business work. Listen, if your business is struggling and you have not fired anybody, then you are not yet ready to do the turnaround. If your business is struggling and there are certain expenses that personally you have not cut to make sure that you can help the business survive, then you are not yet ready for that business to survive. That's the plain truth, right? Listen, and I'm trying to say it to you in a very, very nice way, okay? All right? So, listen, someone needs to tell you the truth, all right? And I'm sorry if I'm the bearer of bad news, but the reality is this, right? When you get into a state, right, where, passion is still driving you in terms of that business, many times you realize that passionate people cannot take the decisions that they need to take. You need someone that is cool-headed. You need someone that has an investor's mindset, that comes into the business and realizes that, look, we need to make this cut, we need to make this cut, we need to make this cut so that will happen. I remember talking to a CEO one time, right, he used to be the CEO of a publicly traded company, and one of the things that they had to do to create a turnaround in that business, because there were a lot of legacy staff, right, was that they had to wake up one day and say, look, everyone beyond a particular age resign now. Why? Because they realized that people at that age were stifling the innovation. They were stifling creativity, and the business could not move forward. Are you willing and able to take that kind of a decision? Because you understand, listen, these are people that if they leave the business today, right, most of them will probably not be able to do any other work again. It's the retirement money that you pay to them that they will live on till they go home to be with their maker. Okay, so the point I'm trying to make to you is this: are you willing to do what it takes to make sure that your business survives? This is a mental thing. This is an internal thing that you must fix for yourself, right? I see people saying things like, oh, I cannot, cut down on this expense just because I'm trying to make a business survive. Then you are not yet ready. Okay. Listen, have you gotten to a point where you've sold your car just to make your business work? Have you gotten to a point where you used to drive, but now you enter public transportation just to get your business to survive, right? What exactly are you willing to do? What risks are you willing to take to make sure that this business survives? And the reason I say so is not because I'm trying to paint a dramatic picture. It's simply because I want to get you to that state of mind where you say to yourself that whatever it takes for this business to survive, I'm willing to put in the effort, I'm willing to do it and get it to work. And that's the reality. Because too many people are running businesses that are producing suboptimal results, and they think that they can just keep stringing things along and keep stringing. Listen, I've had to fire people before in my organization. Things weren't so good. We had to cut down on the workforce and those types of things. It was not a pleasant discussion. It was not a pleasant conversation. In fact, it was the first time I was doing it at that time, right? And I remember talking to this person that was working with me at the time, and tears were coming down this person's eyes. Tears, hot tears. It was palpable. I mean, when I was looking at this person and I was telling the person that they had to leave the firm, I wish I could reverse the decision, but I understood that business wasn't good at that time, and if I don't make that decision, even the business will not be available the following day to pay that person a salary. This person looked at me with tears in their eyes and said, I've never been sacked before. And I felt so bad. But the reality is this, there was nothing else I could do. I had taken a pay cut, everybody had taken a pay cut, and some people just had to go at that point in time. So what am I trying to say to you, right? Are you willing to take the decisions that are necessary to help your business to grow and achieve success? If your business is struggling and you are not willing to make the cuts and you're not willing to make the decisions, then transforming that business is still going to be far from you. So we've checked 3 things so far. Number 1, go back to the fundamentals. Number 2, right, get a guide. Get somebody to guide you through the process, because if you know everything you need to know, you will not be in the situation where you are. And then number 3, minimize how passionate you are about the business and be willing to do what it takes, right, to get things going. All right, I hope that has helped you today. Thank you so much for joining me once again today on Market Faith. If you have a question, please put it in the comment section. I try to reply as much as I possibly can. And also don't forget to hit the notification bell, hit the like button, right? And I'll see you in the next video.